following is a Comfortably Zoned Radio Network production.
Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. This is Comfortably Zoned Radio, and it's time for Dodgers baseball, a tale of two cities, from Brooklyn to Los Angeles. My name is Peter Trunk, and my co-host is Ron Rabinovitz. Ron, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Peter?
Good. I'm glad that you're all healed up and everything. Fred Wallen, our other partner, is on assignment. He will not be with us tonight. But Ron Rabinovitz, I understand that we have a very, very special guest for the show tonight, and this is going to be something. I'm excited. I'm going to hand it over to you, and I'd like you to introduce to the people, the listening audience, our very special guest.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Alain Livernoche is our guest tonight. Alain and I have become dear friends. He is creating memorabilia from Montreal Royals for the Dodgers Farm Club in 1947, and he's creating a museum, which will be very, very exciting, about Jackie Robinson and his experiences in Canada. So, Alain, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. Tell us a little about what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm so happy to join you guys tonight. It's so fun. I have a lot to say about the Montreal Royals and the Jackie time in Montreal, and he's been so good for us. And we unfortunately had him for only a year, but it was something here in Montreal, and we gathered up a lot of souvenirs and memorabilia and clippings and so on, and it's becoming I think it's coming back. The how could I say that? The love for Jackie is coming back.
Yes.
For many years, I think we didn't talk about it too much, but certain events happen, and the Jackie Robinson Day and so on. People are thrilled to talk about Jackie and the time that the Montreal Royals were there. And as a matter of fact, last year or so, stuff came up from the Montreal Royals that we never saw before.
Oh, good. Wonderful. That's great. And, Jackie loved Montreal. He loved playing there. He did not find the prejudice that he did in America. And he was very happy there, and the fans were very responsive to him. And they loved him. So it was a love affair between both of them.
Well, by coincidence, 7 years ago, I was working for this lady, and she asked me, could you empty the garage for me? And I did. And when we opened the door, and I saw some of the boxes had no cover, and I saw that these were really old documents, and I said to her, instead of throwing everything to the garbage, can I keep this stuff and look through them, because I see stuff that probably I would take for my personal collection. And she said yes. So I took all the boxes in the garage and I brought them back to my place, and I shoved them in the basement, and they stood there for like 3 years. And one day I'm at my friend's house, and he says to me, look what I have, and he shows to me a 1953 Canadian exhibit baseball cards, and I said, that picture's familiar. I remember seeing this at home. So I borrowed the card for him, and I went back home, and I double-checked those boxes, and I finally found that the card he had, the exhibit baseball card, I had the printing plate that produced those cards.
Wow.
That's how everything started. That's the day everything started. And I went through those boxes, and I saw a lot of stuff from the Montreal Royals. And at the time, I didn't quite know what they were. I had to do a lot of research to find out exactly the era, the players, and so on. And it became an absolute project, and I'm into it head over my heels. And now it's just I'm going crazy with this project. It's so much fun.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
For our listeners that don't know, Jackie Robinson played for the Montreal Royals in 1946, the year before he broke into Major League Baseball. Montreal was the Dodgers' AAA farm club. And
exactly.
he was in Montreal, and he loved it there. And the fans loved him, and he loved them. And it was a very good experience. Of course, in 1947, he was called up to the Brooklyn Dodgers, and the rest is history. But Alain, this is an exciting story, and I'm so happy that you're here with us. So tell us more. Peter, if you have any questions, jump in.
Well, I'd just like to add a couple of comments. When Jackie broke in with the Montreal Royals, he broke in on the road. It was not a home game. Their opening day in 1946 was at Roosevelt Stadium in Jersey City against the Jersey City Giants, and Jackie only got 4 hits and a home run and a stolen base. So he really had a auspicious debut. But the reason I bring up Jersey City is because my dad took me to see the Brooklyn Dodgers play both in 1956 and 1957 to see the Brooklyn Dodgers play games at Roosevelt Stadium.
Wow.
The 1956 games that we went to see, Jackie Robinson played in all of those. So I saw Jackie play in Roosevelt Stadium more than a couple of times. But Alain, these things that you found, that you came upon, I suppose, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I suppose they lit a fire and they got you super interested in doing more and more research, and one thing led to another. Can you fill us in on what happened after you really got rolling? I know you left the boxes in your basement for a year or 3, and then once you started getting rolling, what actually did you find, and what did you do with the information, if you would be so kind?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to tell you about it. When I went back to my place and I found out that the card I had was matching a printing plate, I had 2 full boxes of those printing plates, and we overlooked, and I brought the 2 boxes to my friends because I had to return the card, eh? So I brought the baseball card to his place, and I brought the box, and we looked through those printing plates, and I realized that I have the full set of printing plates matching the cards. And he had the full set of cards in an album, and he gave me the album, so now I have the full set of plates matching the cards, which is very scarce, you know. You don't get to see that too many times. So what I did is I had a lot of friends that were collector and dear friends. So I split the lot, and I gave a couple of cards matching printed plates to some of my friends, but I kept most of the set. And from there, I decided, since my friend, whose name is Marcel Hubert, he's on internet and Facebook all the time, he decided to come to my place, and he's a baseball expert, and he's been dealing with baseball cards all his life, and he came to my place, and when he opened the box, he literally freaked out. But I didn't know exactly what I had in my hands. There was, I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm sure I had at least 115 signed baseball books, at least.
Wow.
And stuff and papers and old tickets and name it. There was all sort of stuff. And not only baseball, there was hockey stuff and football stuff. And in some of the boxes, I found some very scarce items that were that went back as far as 1884. Right? When they did the first pro football match, it was called the Dominion Championship Cup. That match was played in Toronto, and the Montreal Football Club played against them. And I have some of the players signed documents from that era. So the documents are really old. I even found some stuff that was signed by what's his name, the Livingston transport at the time. There was a lot of stuff. But if we take the baseball part of the collection, I found a book that was signed by Jackie Robinson and Herbert Trawick. So when Jackie Robinson came to Montreal the first year, the Montreal Alouette Football Club saw the hype for Jackie, and they decided they were going to do the same thing, eh? So they signed Herbert Krawick, and he stayed in Montreal for 10 years, and he lived and died in Montreal after that. So Herbert Krawick was the equivalent to Jackie Robinson at the time. So we had two pioneers. Yeah. He came from a college in the States, and these two pioneers came through Montreal at the same time, same year. Eh? So this is a very special book for us in Montreal. It's a very important piece of memorabilia. And asking questions about those pieces led me to receiving calls, getting information. And one day, a guy called me up and he said, "Listen, I have a baseball bat from Jackie Robinson. That bat stood in the upper closet in my dad's room. And my mom tells me that he pulled the bat maybe 3 times. The man was a Montreal Royals ticket holder. And he got the bat. We don't know exactly where, but we know he got it probably from the Montreal Royals, but we can't be sure. And so he sends me pictures of the bat. And when I saw the pictures, I almost fainted. The bat was just extraordinary. And he says, "I'm not a baseball collector. I don't like baseball at all, so I'm going to sell it to you if you want it." And I said, "What's your passion?" And he said, "Golf." And I had, in those boxes, I had old memorabilia, so we made a trade. So I received the bat, and I opened the case, and I was like freaking out, and I was opening the case, and I saw the baseball bat, and I totally lost it. So immediately, what I did is I sent some picture to the Louisville Slugger Museum and Factory to Chris Mayman, who was the curator there. And he replied to me and he said, the bat is theirs and so on. And he explained to me that the baseball players used to send the Louisville Slugger Factory orders to produce bats and so on. So what I have is a bat that produced Jackie Robinson's bat. It's a latte bat. It's like a prototype bat if you want.
Wow.
So
great.
So this piece, when I take it in my hand and I hold this piece, it does something to you. It's I don't know what to say.
I'm sure it
does.
does.
Special.
I'm sure it does. You still have the bat, Alain?
I have everything. I'm not parting with any of those pieces for sure.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown know that you have that bat.
No, not at all. No. Actually, in Montreal, it's very difficult to get media or any kind of attention, even though it's important, and the hype is not there. And it's really hard to get people. In Montreal, everything goes around hockey, eh?
Yes.
So baseball is not our main priority. So it's difficult here to get the attention. But I'm guessing with the last event and the other pieces that I found, everything is exploded right now. And I received some phone calls yesterday and the day before. I am overwhelmed right now with the attention I'm getting, and I think people feel the importance of what I have in my hand right now. But I want to do something, and I want to share that with the public. I want to make sure that everybody gets to see those pieces because they're so important to history. And the people that are coming up and making statements, I'll explain that later on. You'll see it is very important things are happening right now.
It's great.
Wow, that's exciting.
It really is.
That's exciting. Tell us about your plans for a
museum?
I think in the museum plans. Do you have any museum plans?
I do. Yes, I do. Absolutely. I have a lot of because 7 years ago when I got the collection, it took me 3 years to realize what I had. But the last 4 years, because baseball is not the main priority here, I don't have a hard time getting the baseball stuff. So everybody's calling me up with the baseball. I have a bat, I have a glove, I have this, I have that, and I gathered so many pieces. It's just unbelievable. People are so nice to me and helping out and gathering information. You should talk to this guy, rah. And it's evolving at such a pace I can't follow up right now. So I gathered, there's the museum project actually is taking a turn, and it's in the fast lane right now. So I got those 3 girls that are gonna join the project right now. One is a scriptwriter, the other one is gonna do the transcription, French and English and so on, and the other one is a web specialist, and we're putting everything together right now as we speak, and it's a project. It's so much fun.
Great.
And
tell us, Alain, about the Jackie Robinson story movie that you were involved with here.
Yeah, well, last year I found the bat. I had this, and many other pieces came through, and I was dealing with a guy from Vancouver. The man's name is Max Weather. He's becoming a friend, and we're trading together, and he's doing the same thing as I'm doing in Montreal, but in Vancouver, and he's gathering up all those pieces of memorabilia from Saskatoon, Calgary, Vancouver, and so on. And we traded a lot, and we exchanged stuff, and he knows my passion for Jackie Robinson. So Max, 6-7 months ago, he said to me, I have a piece I think you should own. He sends me messengers, and he's pulling my leg, and he's having fun. He knows I'm going to freak out, but I don't know the piece, what the piece is so far. He says to me, you're going to have to find something as rare, as scarce as what I'm giving you. So he finally shows me the piece, which is the Jackie Robinson screenplay from the 1950 movie, the original screenplay.
Wow.
So when I received the picture, my mouth, I think it fell on the floor. I didn't know what to say, because he said, I promise you, Alain, I'm keeping the piece for you. And I don't care waiting. And I know the piece is valuable, and I'm not asking for something as valuable, but something as scarce as what I'm giving you. So I know I'm going to have to find something really rare for him that meets his needs, So I start digging, but it went 6 months went on. It's difficult to find something as rare as what he's giving me. You understand? It's very hard. So I finally meet a guy. He's in Saskatoon, and he's got some really old Mountie, Canadian Mountie memorabilia, and very old Saskatoon baseball stuff. And he's got the original case, transport case. They used to put the bats and the stuff inside from the team from the 50s. So we decide we're going to do a 3-way trade. So he sends the stuff to Max Weather in Vancouver, and Max finally sends me the screenplay. So I already got the picture from the screenplay 6 months ago. So I started already, because he promised me I was going to get the piece. So 6 months before I even get the piece, I do all the digging and the searching, and I'm trying to find information, but I keep quiet because I don't want everybody to know I'm getting the piece, and I want to make sure I do the research the proper way. So I finally find a clue that leads me to a guy named Jim Heineman. So I double check his profile and so on, and the guy's a saxophone player. He's in Toronto, Canada. So I double check his profile as a saxophone jazz player, and really at the end of his portfolio, there's a small typo, a small line that says, my father produced the Jackie Robinson movie. Can you imagine that? And when I opened the screenplay, then I have the producer's copy. The guy's name is Bill Heineman. It's his father.
Wow.
So I find Jim, that's his son. So I do everything I can to call him up, but the man is 76 years old, and he barely goes on Facebook, and he's got an agent that takes care of his musical career. So it's impossible for me to get a hold of him, and I decide I'm going to go on Facebook and double check his friends. So I finally find members of the family, and I find his wife, and I finally message her, and she calls me back, and she said, listen, you don't understand what you have in your hands. And she explained to me the last 60 years, the Heineman family were looking for proof that the father produced the movie.
Wow.
And I have this piece. It's such a wonderful story. So last week, we finally met, and the Toronto Star was there, and I gave the screenplay in Jim's hand. He finally held the screenplay. It was such emotional. What a day. And we interviewed Jim, and we had a ball, and he brought his group, and they played music, and between session, he would tell the story. I'm telling you, it was a party.
That's great.
A discovery, a reunion. It was all that at the same time. I'm having chills just talking about it. It was so wonderful. And Jim was talking because you know what? When they produced the Jackie Robinson movie, they lacked time because the starting was going to start. The season was going to start, and lack of time. Jackie Robinson went to the Heinemann family. He went to his father's place. So Jim met Jackie Robinson a couple of times before they shot the movie, and he would throw baseball at him, and he played ping pong with them, and so on. And the third time he went to the Heinemann place to Jim's house, he brought him a Dodgers uniform.
Whoa!
I'm telling you, I keep finding stuff and stories and so on. I don't know what to say. This story's just chasing me. I'm not doing anything. It's just coincidence after coincidence after coincidence. And I'm skipping a lot of details. A lot of other funny stories like that happened to me along the way. Last week, when I came back from Jim's reunion, I get a phone call from a guy, and he sends me a messenger, and he says, "Listen, I have another story for you." And I'm going to have an interview with a man who played for the Montreal Royals at the same time as Jackie Robinson did.
Huh. Great.
And he said, I was there in spring training with Jackie Robinson the first year. He did spring training with the Brooklyn Dodgers. As a matter of fact, I was with him every day. As a matter of fact, we were there before everybody every day because they used to walk together. Jackie would arrive before everybody. And this fella would arrive before everybody too. So they got the chance to chat together for half an hour before all the other players came because this guy didn't want to be late and Jackie didn't want to come in the room when everybody was there. So he would arrive to the baseball field very early to make sure he wouldn't come to the room when everybody's there. Imagine that.
Wow. Great. Wow.
So I'm having this interview in 2 weeks with the baseball player that was sitting right beside Jackie Robinson and chatting with him.
Did this baseball player that you're referring to, did he ever make the major leagues, or did he stay in Montreal and not make the
No, he never made it to the major league. No, he never made it.
Okay, right.
No. It's such a story, but I'm telling you, and now there's and 2 days ago, John Thorne. I'm sure you know John Thorne.
Yeah, I don't. John.
Somebody he works for the major league, if I'm not mistaken. He gave my name to Jennifer Jensen. Jennifer Jensen works for the Jackie Robinson Museum that's going to open next year. So Jennifer calls me up yesterday, and we talked for about half an hour, and I sent her pictures of the screenplay and the Jackie Robinson collection, and she was very surprised that I own so many pieces. And she said, "Listen, Alain, we're opening next December. We want to pay tribute to the Montreal side of Jackie Robinson's career. You think we can have those pieces for the opening?" I said, "I'm going to walk to New York if I have to bring those pieces to you."
That's great. That is great.
I am freaking out. It's just so much fun and so important.
Sure.
I just wrote to Jennifer myself yesterday.
Yeah.
After Elaine
was going to reply to you.
This. Yeah.
she's going to reply to you for sure. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Ronnie, you spoke with her also?
I wrote her a letter.
Is she interested in your letters from Jackie?
I would think that she would be.
Of course she will. Of course she will.
Yeah.
If you speak to her, you're going to find this lady. She's so nice. And she feels the same way about those pieces as we do. She understands the importance of Jackie, and if you talk to her, you're going to love her. She's just so much fun.
Where is this museum going to be?
What was that, Peter?
Where is the museum going to be exactly?
In New York. Yeah, they're building everything right now and setting up, and so next December, December 2019, that's a grand opening right there, and I'm going to be there at the opening. Can you imagine that?
Well, I'll tell you what.
You know,
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there too because I live in New Jersey, and I'm a gigantic Brooklyn Dodger, Jackie Robinson fan. And you know something, Ronnie? You should really start planning now, 13 months in advance.
Right.
Come east and spend time with Alain and myself, and we can experience all of this stuff and take a million pictures.
You know what? I already spoke to my boss today. I'm taking a week's vacation. You can be sure. I'm a production supervisor for a company that does lead ingots in Montreal. It's a steel company. Yeah, it's a steel company. Yeah, I'm pretty well positioned. It's a very good company, and I have a good job. I'm very fortunate, and they know the project I'm into. So I'm allowed to change days with the other supervisors and so on to get the interviews I'm doing and so on. So it's they're really cooperative with me. Yeah,
that's right.
So I'm invited next year to the opening. Can you imagine that? And what I said to Jennifer is, I said to her, with all this project and the hype, and you know, for us in Montreal, Jackie Robinson is becoming a big thing now in the last few months because I'm promoting everything. And I received a call yesterday and this morning again from the Jewish Archive facility in Montreal. They have a lot of Jackie Robinson stuff. I have a meeting with them next Tuesday. So everything is falling into pieces. I'm writing a book. As I'm writing the book, I'm getting more and more help and more. And Ron is going to help me out too. By the way, nobody knows that, but Ron is going to be our mentor.
Good. That's good.
Peter,
if you need any little tiny trivial facts or whatever, be sure and call on me because I know the unimportant things. I know, for instance, Jackie wore more than one number when he played for the Montreal Royals. A lot of people think he wore only number 9, but he didn't. He wore number 20 also. And
exactly.
I also know that sometimes that they would play with satin uniforms instead of the flannel uniforms. So I know little stuff like that. So if you ever need any footnotes and stuff, don't hesitate.
Peter, you know
call
what?
me.
I'm getting all the help I can because, you know, it's becoming a passion, but I'm unexperienced with medias and writings, and that's the reason I'm gathering up a team. The 3 girls that are joining the project are professionals. They are really good at what they're doing, so they're really going to help me out. But you know what? They have no experience in sports, baseball whatsoever. So they're really good at their work, but they don't know the history of baseball like I do. So we're trying to get all the help we can. And
Alain, Peter is like a walking encyclopedia of the Dodgers. Absolutely.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Well, it's been a passion all my life. It's been a passion since I was born in Brooklyn 72 years ago. But this whole I have to catch my breath right now. This whole story one sentence after the other from you, Alain, and I have to try to digest it as quickly as I can because the next sentence was a brand new subject and a brand new fact and a brand new excitement and it's almost overwhelming. It's really very exciting, and I don't know how you can stay focused and have a full-time job to boot, and I'm sure your family life and everything like that. This is a very, very exciting project.
Yeah, well, Peter, you said it well. It's really hard to stay focused, but I have great friends right now and great people that are surrounding me with help. Ron joining in to mentor us, to show us and guide us through the way of writing the book, because I'm writing a book at the same time as we're doing many things, and the museum is one part, and I have to do all the other interviews and so on. And I said, Ron knows exactly where I'm heading with my project, and I want him to take a part of the project under his wing, because he knows a lot of stuff too, and if we can get help, we're getting all the help we can get. It's such an important time. The discovery we've made the last few months, they really have to be written down, registered properly, factuals, proofs, pictures, and so on, to make sure that we get the history right and that people understand exactly what we're doing and exactly where we're going, and to make sure they fully understand the importance of all the information we're getting. We're taking our time, and we're bringing people, experienced people, into the project as we go.
I couldn't agree more that that's the way to do it. If you're going to do something this important, you got to do it right. You got to do it not 90% right, not 95% right. You've got to do it 100% right, and it sounds like you're going down the correct avenue at the correct speed. And this is very, very exciting for me. I'm sure it's exciting for Ronnie, because Ronnie is Mr. Jackie Robinson in my book, and this is just almost overwhelming. This is I'm sitting here
excited.
I'm sitting here talking to you, and I'm listening, and I got the biggest grin on my face. This is making me so glad and so happy, and this has the potential to be huge. I mean, really huge.
It does.
Well, I'm making sure every step we're taking is the good step, the proper step, and you know what, Peter, something really important too. As I'm doing the project, I want to pay tribute to the builders and the people that were in the shadow, like Jim Heineman, for example.
Yes.
They sacrificed a lot, and if you get to hear the story of the family, you understand the importance for them to finally get recognition for his father producing the movie. Because when you speak to him, you understand what they went through, the suffering that they got. They were poor as hell. And he explained what his father had to do. He gave his family part of, I don't know how to say that, but for a period of time, they were given to adoption. And he had to go to California to become a short independent film producer. He came back, and this is when he got the Eagle Lion production to do the Jackie Robinson picture. And you know what? When we talk about coincidence, the last 6 months I knew I was going to get the Jackie Robinson screenplay. I put an ad on Kijiji for looking for memorabilia and so on. And there's a guy who lives 5 minutes away from my place. He says, "Listen, Alain, I have a poster from the Jackie Robinson story. It's a lobby card." He had the original lobby card. The guy is 5 streets away from my place. So he brings me the lobby card, okay? And I'm looking through the lobby card, and there's tiny, tiny, tiny writings down below. Eagle Lion Productions. That's the only space that they left to I don't know, to promote that Joseph William Heineman produced the movie. The only place you can see Heineman's name is when the film starts. If you go on YouTube, and you play the movie, the first thing you see is William Joseph Heinemann. It's the only time you're gonna hear about this fella.
Huh. How do you like
Imagine that.
You know,
all
Jackie
the time
played himself in that movie.
Exactly, but all the time everybody thought it was United Artists that produced the movie, which was Charlie Chaplin and Mary Pickford. But they went broke. They didn't have the money to produce the movie anymore. So it's Jim Heinemann that took $300,000 and put the money in to produce the movie.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? Yeah.
That's a wow.
He explained the story.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Today, but I mean, yeah.
And, yeah, imagine that.
And Ruby Dee played Rachel.
Yeah.
Ruby Dee is was a wonderful actress. Matter of fact,
I don't know.
I'm looking at the lobby car right now as we speak.
Yes.
I know that
she just
Ron
passed away in the last year or so.
Ruby Dee?
What was that, Ron?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ruby Dee passed away in the past year.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure Ronnie has seen it. I want to ask Alain, have you seen the Ken Burns movie on Jackie Robinson?
Yes, I did. Absolutely.
How did you like that one?
I loved it. I think it was way better than the movie 42. 42, for me, I don't know. It doesn't do anything to me. It's I don't know what to say. It's a nice movie, but I think it's Hollywood style, and I don't think it pays tribute to Jackie the way it should. Personally,
I liked the movie for certain things, and I disliked it for other things. It went off. It wasn't factual 100%. They should have had someone like me. They should have had someone like me sitting around. They had left-handed pitchers throwing right-handed. They had the Dodgers clinching the pennant the wrong day. But I'll tell you what they did have very, very nicely done, in my opinion. The reproductions that they did of Ebbets Field, that they did, I don't even understand how they did it, but they did it very, very well, and it brought tears to my eyes because that was exactly Ebbets Field. They did it digitally, and I know you can work miracles with the computer nowadays. Not that I can, but they can. Hollywood can.
Exactly.
And when I saw Ebbets Field in the background in that film, that's what made the film. That's what made me actually go out and buy the film. I actually have a copy of it.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not a good movie. I'm saying what I meant to say is
I know what you mean.
I prefer the 1950 version where Jackie plays himself.
Well, you know what? It's all subjective. You know,
exactly.
You could say Miss America is beautiful, and I could say she looks like a dog, and nobody is right or wrong. It's a subjective thing. And the movie but after the first movie, 1950. Where Jackie played himself. That's the one that we're talking about tonight mostly. Yeah. Right. The second one was 42, and then this guy Burns Ken Burns made a movie, and I thought that was wonderful.
It was, but Peter, the most important thing. Yeah, but Peter, the most important thing is that the most important thing, Peter, is that a dog doesn't look like Miss America. That's very important.
True. That's true. But everyone has their opinion.
Then we're in trouble.
Everybody has that's why there's chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Right?
Everyone has their opinion. Now, if I told you that the Toronto Maple Leafs were better than the Montreal Canadiens, we might have
I'm not
going
to talk to you. We're going to have a problem. I'm never going to talk to you again. That's for sure.
Right there you go.
You know, when I came back of Toronto, actually, I was thinking about the night, all the reunion. It was late. I left Toronto at 10 o'clock at night. So it was about 2 in the morning, and I became a bit tired. So I said to myself, I'm gonna stop and take some rest. And I was thinking about everything that Jim Heineman said about Jackie Robinson and the few times that they met and how important it was. And I remember Jim saying one thing. He said, everybody was proud of my father for doing this and for bringing Jackie Robinson to our home and sharing Jackie with people. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Because Jackie was just wonderful with people. He was taking care of everybody around him.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
And that's what Jim told when I was talking to him. Exactly. Yeah, he played ping pong with them and so on. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what he used to do in Abbotsfield? Kids would fill out a self-addressed postcard. And when he's coming out of the dressing room after the game, the kids would give him these postcards. And he would go back home and he would write them a note. I mean, who does this? That's what Jackie would do. He'd send little postcards to these kids.
Can you imagine?
I mean, can you imagine?
Wow.
Can you imagine?
You know what? It's just a shame that with everything that's going on right now in my life, I wish I could shake his hand and thank him.
Oh, sure.
So my dream for me is to meet Rachel and Sharon Robinson. That's my dream.
Yes, you will.
And I have to accomplish this before I die. I absolutely need to meet Miss Robinson and thank her.
You will at the museum opening.
Exactly. That's what what Jennifer told me, that this is going to happen next year. Yeah. It's going to happen next year. So my dream's going to be fulfilled. I'm going to bring those pieces to the people, and I'm going to get to meet the Robinson family. And I can't explain what it does to me. How important this is, I don't know what to say. I don't know.
David too, I'm sure.
You're overwhelmed. I know. I understand.
I'm totally going crazy.
You're preaching
I don't know.
to the choir.
I don't know.
You're preaching to the choir, Alain.
How am I gonna stay patient the whole year?
You know where the museum is, Peter?
I'm not even sleeping anymore, guys.
I'll
just
give you
crazy.
The address, Peter. The museum
What's
is
that,
at
Ron?
75. The museum is at 75 Varick Street, Varick, in New York.
Okay, you know what you do? You message me that. Email me or message me that.
I will.
At a later time, yeah. Excellent.
1 Hudson Square. Yeah. And up on the second floor, floor is the Jackie Robinson Foundation.
Okay.
Right above it. Yeah.
Well, when I go, I'll be proudly wearing my Jackie Robinson flannel jersey, Dodger jersey.
See? Good
Wow.
Deal. Good deal.
Can you imagine that? Yeah.
So
much fun. Yeah.
No doubt about it.
It'll be great. It'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
You see, I'm getting those. In 3 weeks, I'm doing the interview with the player from the Montreal Royals, and I have a lot of stuff. He was there in 1945, actually playing for the Royals, and I have a lot of stuff from 1945 from the Royals.
Can you tell us his name?
Yes, it's Kipman.
His last name is Tipman?
Kermit Kipman.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Kermit Kipman.
K or a T? Kitman or Tipman?
Kitman. Kit.
With a
Kitman.
T?
They call him Kit. Yeah, they call him Kit.
Yeah, Kit.
Okay. K-Y-A-T-T.
Yeah.
Okay. T like tomatoes. Yeah. So Kit. I'm meeting with Kit in 3 weeks, Mr. And I have a lot of stuff from. He played in 45.
Alain.
No, I'm recording. No, I'm filming the interview.
You can't lose one word. You can't lose one word of that interview because
I'm recording.
Chip is going to tell you some things that they talked about on those early mornings at spring training before the other guys got there.
I know. I'm so anxious. Yeah, I know.
He's going to give you.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to be
and you know what? I'm gonna have a lot. I have a lot of stuff at home from the 1945 year when he was there, because
46. He was there in 46.
No. He played in 45 in Montreal. Yeah, and he went to the Dodgers camp with Jackie in 46.
Mm-hmm.
But he played a full year in Montreal in 45, and I have a lot of stuff. I even have the original team photo, and I'm gonna have him autographed. I have a ball from the International League, already signed by a couple of players from the team, like Roland Gladu, and those guys from the same team. So now I'm gonna bring the ball and other stuff to have everything signed, but I'm filming the interview. Don't worry, guys. Great. I'm going to film it.
Great.
For sure. I'm not going to miss. Of course, I'm not going to miss a thing. Just like I did when I went to Toronto with Jim Heineman. I recorded for the Toronto Star part of the interview, but I'm going back in 2 weeks, and then I'm going to be alone with him, and we're going to have a lot of time to talk, and he's going to explain stuff, and he's going to explain to me really all the details on how his father became the producer of the movie, what went on before, and they were, all the information, because you know what? He's the youngest of 8, Jim Heineman. The other members of the family have more memories of when Jackie came, and I'm meeting with them too.
Good.
Wonderful.
So I'm recording all the interviews one by one.
This is
Alain,
important
this is
stuff.
such a wonderful project.
Of course.
Wonderful project.
This is important history.
Yes, it is. Of course. I'm just so lucky. I'm telling you, I'm so lucky, because coincidence after coincidence, the stuff keeps on finding me. I'm not even looking for the stuff, and I don't know. I think people feel the passion I have for the project, and they want to share what they have with me, because they know I'm serious about it, and I really take care of the information. And some people gave me some artifacts, and they understand how important it is for me, and I'm going to cherish those pieces. And when they give me a piece, what I do is I write the story behind the piece, where it comes from, who held the piece, what it meant to them. I'm doing all this work. So
it's fabulous.
So fun. Yeah.
Now, when Jackie hit the home run on opening day in Jersey City, when he came across the home plate, he said that when he was rounding the bases, he didn't know if his teammate was going to shake his hand at home plate. And when he got to home plate, there was George Shotgun Shuba was standing there.
Yeah.
And he put his hand out and shook his hand. I have a picture of me and my wife with George Shotgun Shuba wearing a Dodger uniform at a Dodger weekend from 2007, right about 5 years before he passed away, Shotgun Shuba.
Imagine that.
So, and we talked about him shaking Jackie's hand at home plate, and how some people didn't think he should have done it, and the racists and all the other whatever.
Crap.
All the
crap. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's what it is, crap.
Well,
that's what it is.
I'll tell you what, it's exciting stuff, man. Let me ask you one thing before we wrap this up, before we call it a night.
Please,
what happened when Jackie brought that uniform over to show people and stuff? Did he take it back with him, or did he leave it there?
No. Jackie, actually, he went to the Heineman's home, I think it's 3 times before they shot the movie. So we would go there. Actually, the screenplay that I have, he held that screenplay in his hand. It's the producer's copy that I have, and the copy that I have is it's original, yeah. So the third time he went to the Heineman's home, he bought a youth Dodgers uniform and he gave it to him.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah, unfortunately he doesn't have it anymore. No.
He doesn't.
I asked him last week, and he said, no, unfortunately we lost it. They don't know.
You know what that would be worth?
Oh my God.
That would be worth $100,000 today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
With all the proof that we have, Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But now, you know what? I received phone call. Somebody wanted to buy the screenplay from me a few weeks ago. I can tell you it's not going anywhere.
Good.
No, don't sell it. Don't sell it.
I'm never gonna sell that piece. It's my son's future.
Yeah.
I had a guy offer me $500,000 for my letters, and I walked away from it.
Wow. Imagine that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The money is not everything in life, eh?
No.
I was very fortunate. You know what? I received a good education from my family. My dad he's really a cool guy, and he's not even my dad. He's a friend, you know. And they explain a lot, and they spend time with us. And he's an easygoing guy, and you know, sometimes we did have money, sometimes we didn't. But you know what? Love was always there.
That's
There
good.
you go.
That's good.
And
That's fabulous.
I share that value of respect and love. And probably that's the reason why I'm connected to Jackie.
Sure.
That's the only reason I can think of, all those pieces finding me all the time, and me working on the project, and having an issue with people oppressing others and so on. And
Yes.
I can't tolerate pressure.
No.
So when I see it, I automatically jump in. It's just the way I am.
That's the way I am
Should
too.
be.
So
That's
I'm a
your
big
job.
boss,
So
but I can't stand it. That's right.
exactly.
That's your job. Well, Alain, thank you very much for joining us tonight. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. Good luck in the future. We will stay connected via messaging and Facebook friends. We are Facebook friends, and
We have a date.
I will keep up to date on everything that's going on, and very enthusiastic about it. And I know Ronnie is too. I'd just like to thank you for joining us tonight, and I'd like to thank my partner, Ron Rabinovitz, for running the whole deal tonight. Thank you very much, Ronnie, as usual.
Oh, this was
You're
terrific.
the best,
Elaine, you were
the
fabulous.
best partner. And
You guys are the best.
on.
You guys are the best.
The beat goes on, and the story continues. Long live Jackie Robinson is dead. Long live Jackie Robinson. And that's all I can say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to thank you guys too.
Elaine, we would love
You're
to have
very
you
welcome.
come back another time.
Yeah.
And do some more. You know, as
sure.
things are progressing, we'd like
as
to
we get
have
closer,
you
yes,
back and,
you come back and do another show.
Yep, absolutely. As soon as I get updates, Ron, you're gonna get them for sure. Peter, same thing. And I just want to thank you guys for having me. It's been really cool. And like I said, it's very important to keep the memory alive and to take care of business and make sure that Jackie's never forgotten.
That's
Absolutely.
true. That's
Absolutely.
true. And on that note, I will say goodbye to our listening audience and good night to you two fellows. Thank you very much for a very good show. See you next time.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye. That good?
The proceeding was a Comfortably Zoned Radio Network production. Thank you for listening.